City Faith International Church, formerly known as a Christian Outreach Centre, was founded in 1990 and moved into our current church home in 2001 after year-long renovations. For over 50 years, the site of the Savoy was a cinema at the heart of the Swindon community. Due to the rise of television and out-of-town multiplexes, it closed in 1991 and remained empty until Wetherspoons renovated the lower half of the building into a public house in 1996. A few years later, City Faith began to renovate the lifeless, derelict upper levels of the building into a church, reviving it once again to beat at the heart of Swindon's community. After meeting in school halls since the church began in 1990, City Faith finally had a place it could start to think of as home. Over the years, we have been blessed with being able to firmly root ourselves into the very heart of this wonderful city, and in recent years have seen tremendous growth within these four walls. As we have expanded and filled up to capacity, we have been diligently looking for the best place to permanently make our home.
And that's where we find ourselves today, with a really exciting opportunity to purchase this very building that we've called our home for the last 25 years. Not just our current building, but also the lower levels and the buildings adjacent to us. We believe that this is a divine opportunity that God has put before us to own our own land within the heart of the city. This will give us a great opportunity to expand our reach and impact into the lives of the people in Swindon.
The vision of City Faith isn't just about a building, it's a legacy. It's the next chapter in our story where we come together not just for ourselves, but for the future generations and for those who are far from God, who are yet to meet Him.
Hello, I'm Andy, and I've been part of City Faith Church for 14 years, and I can say that this church has been part of every milestones, highs and lows of my life. I moved to the UK from the Philippines when I was 16 years old, and City Faith Church has been a pivotal part of my transition from my country to this one. And the relationships that I've found in the community where I belonged in this church has just transformed my life completely. Now, this church has the next generation in mind, and the opportunities that this church has opened up to me and has given me as a teenager has formed and influenced my career, which is now primary school teacher.
Last year was quite difficult for me, and I have a colleague who is a member of this church, and we were talking at work about the church, and I said I would like to attend it. He invited me a couple of times, but I was too scared to come in, and then finally on New Year's, January 1st week, I came in, I joined, and just this feeling of welcoming and like you belong was overwhelming. I introduced this church to my partner Teddy. I brought him here. He struggled with addiction. And at one point when he had a relapse, I came into the church and everyone was so understanding and welcoming and supportive. They jumped in and helped me to overcome it, and helped Ted as well found help here. So they all surrounded him and took him in, and you can tell more about that.
As Cornelia says, for me to start coming to City Faith was a big step. For me, usually I wouldn't introduce myself to this, but now I've found God, and a lot of thanks and everybody in City Faith and to Cornelia for bringing me here. As you can tell, I'm a nervous speaker, so for me to do this, I'm out of my comfort zone. But all the help I've got here and welcoming this church has changed my life for the better. I wouldn't be where I'm sitting today if it wasn't for it. I can feel myself growing spiritually every day. I would encourage anybody to come here to City Faith and come along anytime. I would love to thank all the pastors for everything and for Cornelia for bringing me here. I'll be forever grateful. Thank you.
You know, City Faith has had a big impact in my life, who I've become today. I've seen the church grow and evolve significantly over that same period as well. The City Faith is the place I met my wife. And subsequently, not only was it a place that allowed me to grow to become who I am, but also I'm able to bring up my family in the same environment, with more knowledge and resources as to who they can be in the future as well.
We're excited about how diverse City Faith Church is. There's over just under 40 different countries represented at the church, which just mirrors Swindon and its beautiful diversity.
What I love about City Faith is they reach out to many people in the community and the impact they are making.
And one of the biggest milestones for us as a couple is being ordained as pastors of the church. And I think this demonstrates how the church and this leadership value the calling of God and different gifts that people do carry, which will help the church to expand the gospel and to reach out to so many souls.
We are seeing God's hand at work in the timing and in the seeds that have already been sown and pledged. But right now, we need 145,000 by the 31st of August this year in order to secure the purchase of our building. So please, would you prayerfully consider if you are able to give a special gift at this time so that we can secure and expand our church home. We believe in securing our building that we will see a greater impact in the generations to come, in the life of our city and even into the nations.